Good evening. Welcome to the Commencement Preshow. Welcome to Yankee Stadium. This is finally happening. A little belated, but so well-deserved. It's a graduation, it's a reunion, it's a celebration. It's so good to see you in person. I see family up there and guests. I see you back here. This is, hello. How are you feeling? Is this Gallatin? Gallatin. Okay, they have the fun yellow foam things back here. Love it. So good to see you in person and online. A shout out to all of you tuning in to the live stream as well. I'm Sapna, Parikh, coming to you live from the field in this iconic New York City location, Yankee Stadium, home of the Yankees since 2009. There will be a formal land acknowledgement just a little bit later in the ceremony. But for now, as you're making your way down to your seats, I hope you'll hang out with us for the next half hour. We'll be celebrating graduates, or should I say alumni? Graduates, alumni, both?
I think both. It's so nice to see you here today, Sapna.
So nice to see you, Mickey. We're going to be celebrating students who have excelled in academics, artistic achievement, entrepreneurial endeavors, and of course, service. And Mickey, you are the perfect proof that one person really can make a difference. Mickey, during the lockdown, had this painting that had a fundraiser, raised enough money to feed more than 600 jeepney drivers and their families in the Philippines. So good to have you here. Can you talk a little bit about this painting?
Sure. So I did this painting 2 years ago, right in the height of COVID, around my birthday. And you can see a Philippine Jeep, which is sort of like a bus holding frontline workers and other essential workers that were so important to us during the pandemic and still now. I just wanted to give back and make this little painting and start this fundraising drive.
I know, and you never imagined just how much money you would raise with this. And a jeepney, we should tell you, is a really popular method of public transportation in the Philippines, but it's much more than that. It's a cultural, colorful part of the culture. Can you talk a little bit more about the jeepneys?
Definitely, jeepneys were introduced in the Philippines right after the war, and they're predominantly made out of scrap metals. So I think it's such a wonderful kind of example of, people coming together, people making things their own, and every jeepney driver has their own jeepney and they decorate it their own way, so I wanted to pay tribute to that in this painting.
And you grew up in the Philippines until you were about 7 years old,
yes.
Right? And so I know that you've loved these jeepneys. And can you just talk a little bit more about what was involved in this fundraiser, the logistics, trying to figure out what the actual need was?
Definitely. So we were so lucky to work with the Office of the Vice President in terms of actually distributing all of the goods and the funds and actually finding out what was needed by those families on the ground. So we're very thankful to our partners at the Office of the Vice President for all of their help in that.
And that was thanks to an NYU hookup. Her daughter graduated this morning from NYU, but together you all made such a difference. Is there anything you learned from this that you took away from this experience?
I think it's crazy. I was stuck in New Jersey during in COVID, and just the fact that from all the way here I could help so many people all the way there in my home country, that meant so much to me. So, hopefully more people are inspired to help, even though they feel far away, you can still make a difference.
Definitely, and I know you've called yourself an amateur painter, is what you said, but you've made such a difference. And really quick, the name of your campaign, can you teach us? So this is in a Filipino phrase, Tara na, you tell us.
Yep, so this is a Filipino phrase, tara na, which means let's go, which I think is super apt for this moment right now. We're about to start the commencement for graduation 2020 and 2021. So tara na, let's go.
Tara na, let's go. All right, thank you so much, Mickey, Santana. All right, I'm gonna have you go. Just don't go too far because you're gonna come back in just a little bit. Next we have Jade. Hello. Oh, you can stay right here. Yeah, you're perfect. How are you feeling today?
I feel great. I'm happy.
So good to see you. So Jade launched this company, She Matters, which has made such a difference for Black women with postpartum depression, but it's been so successful already in just this short amount of time. Can you tell us a little bit more about your company?
Sure. We're a digital health platform designed to support Black women who experience postpartum comorbidities like postpartum anxiety and depression, hemorrhaging, preeclampsia, and we do that through supporting them with culturally competent healthcare providers, culturally relevant resources, and community.
Yes, totally worthy of applause for sure. And I know you've worked so hard on this. And as part of this was inspired by your own story, we're looking at a picture of your adorable two girls. Can you talk a little bit about the inspiration behind it?
Yes, I started She Matters with my best friend Marguerite Pierce after experiencing terrible postpartum anxiety and depression. As a Black woman in the maternal health sector, it's really hard to get the care that you need and deserve. And so my daughter inspired me to help make change for other Black women who have babies and deserve optimal care.
So needed. And when I spoke to you the first time, you had just finished a round of raising capital and you had just raised $2 million at that time, which is incredible. And you've also talked about some of the challenges that women of color face when it comes to raising funds.
Yes. It's very hard for anybody to raise funds, but if you're a woman of color, there are prejudices just like anything else. And I think I just want to shout out all female entrepreneurs who are able to raise capital and who get out there every day after receiving countless no's. It's hard, but it also explains why we're successful at what we do.
And I think you have a book coming out on that topic.
I do. I have a book called Lean While Black about lean startup methodology for BIPOC founders.
Great, a little book promotion. So good to see you. I didn't even, do you want to give a shout out to your school and what year?
Steinhardt 2021, and I want to give a shout out to my kids, Kenora and Cameron Peltier.
Yes, a shout out to them also. We saw that adorable picture. You can stay right here, thank you. We are gonna actually take a quick break, but keep your eyes right on the Jumbotron and look around for a camera person. You might just see yourself up there on the screen. Welcome back to the Commencement Preshow. I'm Sapna, and I'm here with Frank, who is an Army veteran and a social work grad ×2. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good, thank you.
Do you want to tell everyone your full name and maybe your school and your year?
Yeah, my name is Frank Laskowitz, and my school is NYU Silver School of Social Work, and I graduated 2021 with my bachelor's, and my master's 2022.
Which was yesterday, I think, your graduation. Congratulations ×2, and thank you so much for your service, for being an Army veteran. So I know you spent a little bit of time in Korea, but can you talk a little bit about where you were stationed, and your work in the military?
I was over by the DMZ. We were just tasked with training a lot in case anything happened. I didn't get to see a lot of South Korea because all we did was train as a group, but it was good.
And Frank is so humble, I should tell you. And the DMZ, I should tell you, is the demilitarized zone in Korea. And you have a long family history of service in your family, I think, right? Goes back a couple generations.
Yeah, family, dad, grandpa, uncle, we go back.
And can you talk about some of the struggles that you faced while you were in the military? Because I know you've told me that inspired your career in social work.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of trauma, being away from family and all the things that come with serving. And it was a social worker that helped me with all my trauma, and he told me what I needed to do, and 3 years later, here I am.
3 years, here you are. He was a social worker. I know those support groups, he was so helpful to you. So excited to see you and to see your career path, and you're actually already working in the field, right? Can you just tell us at the nonprofit, what are you doing already?
Yeah, I work for HRC, NYC, support people with disabilities, and I support them in a college setting, and I love it. Every day I come to work just happy.
Such a great attitude. I think we will realize the Army veterans that are at NYU would love to, I want to hear you make some noise for Frank, an Army veteran, for all of your service. Thank you for your service both then and your service now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to NYPD, FDNY. Thank you for protecting us, keeping us safe, and everybody else.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can head right over there. Just don't go far because we're going to have you come back. And next we have Caitlin and Phantila, who are the co-founders of Sabai. How are you? How are both of you?
Doing great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here. How is this feeling today? I know it's a little belated.
Yeah, it's 2 years later for me, and
Only 8 months, so I'm still excited.
To extend the excitement for a couple years. So the two of you co-founded Sabai, which is a sustainable furniture company, but I know it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. Can you just, it launched in 2019, and already you have more than $6 million in sales, and it's climbing?
yeah, exactly. So Sabai is an end-to-end sustainable furniture company. So really rethinking how you create sustainable furniture products, but also for repairing, revamping, and reselling as well.
And we're looking at some video right now of some of the incredible furniture that your company makes and designs. And I know you're holding some pillows, which we'll come talk about in a minute. But this furniture, can you talk a little bit about the sustainability? What makes your furniture sustainable and eco-friendly?
Phantila talked a little bit about the life cycles of it all, but in addition to selling the pieces secondhand, we also have sustainable materials. Things are made out of FSC certified wood, recycled fibers, and we also do fabric that is made out of recycled water bottles.
And let's talk about the pillows. They're carrying pillows, just to be more comfortable in their seats after this is over. But no, talk about the sustainability of these pillows and the fabric.
Yeah, so we weren't able to carry our sofas here, so we brought just pillows today, which utilize this velvet fabric made out of recycled plastic bottles. We also have sofas and are actually coming out with coffee tables next month that utilize reclaimed carbon smart wood. And so essentially try to use recycled, reclaimed, upcycled, and non-toxic materials.
And coffee tables are next, right? You're expanding with coffee tables, and I think you have a pop-up in New York City right now. Where is that?
We do have a pop-up in Nolita, I believe, at 347 Broome Street, so everybody should come check it out.
Check it out, yes. Do we get an NYU discount?
Yes, we do. For any grads who are graduating, we have an NYU discount, so if you're moving and need some sustainable furniture, you can check us out.
I totally just put them on the spot with that. But you know what? That's the problem with graduating. You lost your student discount. Now you get an alumni discount. Really quick, I just want to talk about the inspiration behind this because I know the two of you met in undergrad at another New York City university that shall remain unnamed, the Uptown one. But you worked on this a lot together, and the inspiration, I think, came from your own experience with your apartment.
Yeah, essentially as young professionals trying to furnish our own apartments, but also caring about sustainability, trying to eat less meat, trying to buy more secondhand, we just found that it was really difficult to do when it came to actually creating your space, and so decided to create a solution for people like us.
And really quick, Sabai, what does that mean? I know there's a meaning there.
There is a meaning. I'm from Thailand, and Sabai is a Thai word that essentially means everything from easy, comfy, to cozy.
Oh, it sounds great. I love it. And your schools, really quick. Tell us where you graduated.
Yeah. I graduated from Stern Langone.
And the law school.
Great. Thank you so much, Sabai. Your company already $6 million in sales. That is incredible. We are going to take another quick break, but first, another quick message from the New York Yankees.
On behalf of the entire Yankees organization, I want to welcome the graduates and their families to Yankee Stadium for NYU's commencement exercises.
NYU graduates will celebrate their degrees in many academic fields today, but there's one field you've got to stay off of, and that's the playing field.
New York always recognizes a winner, and we are proud of all of you. Enjoy your graduation, but remember, enjoy it from your seats and stay off the field.
Congratulations to the NYU class of 2020 and class of 2021.
Welcome back to the Commencement Preshow. I'm Sapna. I'm here with Matt.
So great to be here. Thanks for having me. Hello, Yankee Stadium.
Graduated in 2020.
Yes.
Matt is not only a Gallatin grad, but he's also a comedian and an impressionist. Your repertoire includes more than 250 impressions.
That's right. Yeah, it's a little crazy. Thanks to Gallatin for admitting me and allowing me to do something with this ability. Yeah.
I hope you're ready to. We've got Gallatin behind us.
There we go.
With their yellow.
I love Gallatin, the best.
So he's been featured on Jimmy Kimmel Live, on the Today Show, you've done sets at Caroline's, and your big break, can you talk a little bit about that break from Kenan Thompson's showcase?
Yeah, I think it all started with NYU accepting me. If they didn't accept me, I wouldn't have been able to jump straight into the New York comedy scene, go to class, go to the open mic. So thank God for NYU, Gallatin and NYU, and this was just the best. I loved it. I'm so lucky to have been an NYU student. Yeah.
Gallatin by day, you were at Gotham Comedy Club
That's
by
right.
night.
Yeah, double agent. Double agent, yeah.
And during lockdown, really quick, I know lockdown shut down all of the comedy clubs, obviously, but you started your own show.
Yes, during the pandemic, we all needed some way to pivot, so I made a little late night talk show with a friend of mine from NYU, actually, who produced it. Sebastian, if you're watching, thank you, my friend. And we made over 50 episodes, sketches, interviews, topical monologues, and it was such a great experience, and then pivoted to social media, TikTok, Instagram, not Truth Social. Instagram, and now I'm here and doing stand-up back in the city at Yankee Stadium. The party is starting.
The party is started.
Party tonight.
The party's already on.
Yeah.
And you know what? So he does more than 250 impressions.
Yes.
But what you might not know is maybe you've heard that President Andy Hamilton is stepping down, and so we're holding auditions for a new president.
Yes.
So I heard maybe the past couple of presidents don't have a whole lot going on right now.
Well, it's true, and there's a lot of people that is saying that they didn't want me to speak, but Andy's stepping down, and what I can tell you is I'm going to really run this school, and we're going to see what Parikh is saying, right?
Well, what I can say is that in addition to my work with Netflix, I will now be running New York University. So thank you, Mr. Hamilton, for the opportunity.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. I think NYU could also use somebody just a little more celebrity. Maybe Rami Malek?
Yeah, well, if I could just say, being here at Yankee Stadium reminds me of my work as Freddie Mercury at Live Aid. Can I get an A-O?
Ayo.
It worked. Yeah, that was fun. But thanks, Andy, on taking your job too, man. It's incredible.
Thank you, Rami. Thank you, Freddie Mercury. How about somebody a little just more enigmatic?
Yes.
Shall I say Timothy Chalamet?
Sure. It's so great to be here. I'm a Gallatin alum. I think as an actor, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and as president of NYU, I'll make sure to do the same thing because it's so surreal to be here. Thank you so much to NYU. Whoa! Taylor said to be cringe, by the way, so I'm just following the rules. Yeah.
Not cringe. Maybe looking back, but definitely not now. What about, since Andy is British, maybe just a little British humor?
Well, this is John Oliver, and welcome to Yankee Stadium. Of course, NYU chooses another British person to be the next president. Thank you very much, Mr. Hamilton, for keeping it in the family. Thank you very much.
So good. That was so good. I think I've made my decision, though. You all have had such a crazy couple years with the pandemic. I really think Dr. Fauci should be the new president of NYU.
Well, all I can say is that in the event that I am selected to be the next president of NYU, I would say more and more people should be wearing a mask in every class and every dorm. Thank you very much. Instagram @TheMadFriend. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, so good. I want to hear you make some noise for Matt Friend.
Love you, NYU.
So good. We are just about out of time. I want to have everyone come back out. The official procession is just a few moments away. That is excellent. Thank you for letting us put you on the spot.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for sharing your stories. Thank you all for being here. and thanks to you. I know this is a little belated celebration, but it's so well-deserved. It's a reunion, it's a celebration. I want to give a shout out to my crew here on the field and out in the truck. I'm Sapna Parikh. But first, we want to hear from you. How's everybody feeling?
Yeah! Feeling amazing.
All right. How is everybody feeling? I can't hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you. If you are excited for this celebration you so deserve, I want to hear you make some noise.
Yeah!
Just a few moments away. Get up, get moving. We want to see you get your groove on. Have a great day. You deserve it.